flat-bottom girls who make the rockin' world go round.
Hello lovelies, I know at least some of you care enough to wonder how I got on at the hospital, so I thought I'd give you a quick vlog, excuse me, quick vlog update, just kind of mostly off the cuff really. So, for a very long time I have been suffering from regular sinus headaches, right here on the forehead, about 1 to 2 times a week. More recently it's been more in the past, and they're quite debilitating. I've been trying to find a cause for it. I've also recently begun snoring a lot more, which isn't something that I ever used to do, and waking up with various issues with my nose, ears, things like that. It's just a mess up here, as you can see. So we tried various things from the doctor, sprays and nasal steroids and things like that, and nothing seemed to be making a difference. So I got referral to the ear, nose and throat department at one of the Nero hospitals, Basingstoke. So I went in there today and had a full checkup, went over all my symptoms and stuff all over again, had my nose pried open and thoroughly examined, then sprayed with a truly foul tasting anaesthetic, and then had a snaking camera stuck up each nostril. So that was fun. I don't recommend it. I'm kind of alright with that kind of thing, because it's eyes that freak me out. But yeah, even so, having something stuck up my nose was not the most pleasant experience in the world. So what did we discover? We discovered that this ear is very, very dry, so I need to get some kind of ear safe moisturizer to treat that. That this ear is completely plugged up with wax, which could be indicative of a low level infection or something somewhere else, so I have to have drops for that. This nostril has a bone spur partially blocking the nasal passage. And this nostril, the septum is deviated slightly in that direction, narrowing the passage. Great. Then we stuck the remote camera further into my anatomy, and vocal cords, adenoids, tonsils, all of that's fine, but my epiglottis is shriveled. So your epiglottis is that fan-shaped flap of muscle that stops, things you drink and eat from going into your lungs. It's not serious, but it's notable, and it may be what's causing some of the snoring. So, that's great. So I have to do 3 months of nasal steroids, stronger ear drops, various other things. Try to lose a bit of weight, but the trouble with that is the antidepressants make you put on weight, so that makes it a lot harder. And then I'll be going back in 3 to 4 weeks for a CT scan, just to be absolutely sure it's not a tumour, but they don't think it is. And then 3 to 4 months from now I'll go back, have another checkup, see if my symptoms have improved, what's going on, and then potentially I have the option of therapeutic plastic surgery on my septum, which would remove the bone spur, open up the passages slightly, break my nose, and reset the septum from that side to be more central again, which may or may not help and has certain risks associated with it of infection, of deforming my nose, various other things. So I guess it depends. Now, this probably doesn't sound like a major issue to a lot of you. Headaches, it's not a huge thing. A few ibuprofen and the sinus headache usually goes away. The snoring, you can get various devices and things to stop you snoring. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it compounds effects with my depression. So if I have bad sleep, that greatly negatively affects my mood. Which is a problem. So there's this kind of vicious cycle going on between the physical symptoms I'm suffering, at least in part, due to my medication, and the lack of sleep resulting from that impacting my depression and so on. And so it's actually a lot more serious and potentially life-threatening than it sounds, not to put a downer on everyone. So yeah, that's what's going on. It sounds like I may have to prioritise self-care and so on for a while, which potentially means less videos, potentially means less work, at least until I get this sorted out, which I'm not relishing because I already feel guilty about not being able to work as much as I would like to anyway, despite being on benefits for my mental health issues and so on. I still want to do things, and I feel bad if I can't do things, if I'm not at least trying and striving. But I may not have any choice, really, particularly if I have the operation. That's apparently going to knock me out for a lot longer than I would have thought just breaking and resetting your nose would. But hey, what do I know, apparently. So to make this video a little bit of added value, the NHS is brilliant. I mean, the hospitals are warrens. Yeah, I only had to wait a month for this checkup appointment, and meanwhile my GP was taking care of me. I'm only going to have to wait 3 to 4 weeks for a CT scan, and if I have to have the operation, I won't have to wait that long either, because it's an outpatient thing. And none of it's cost me anything. Oh, I have blood drawn as well to test for allergies, and they're just trying to rule everything out. Didn't cost me a thing. £3.80 for parking, and the prescriptions, I think I've got 2 to 3 prescriptions. They're about £9 each now, I think, per month. So this is brilliant. And you have to wonder why Americans are so hostile to the idea of socialised medicine. I mean, everyone there was working together, the NHS staff from across the globe. I think my doctor was Malaysian. The nursing assistant, he was Bangladeshi, I think. I'm pretty good at pegging South Asian people. Most of the patients were white British. Most of the staff were from all over the shop. There was a Polish cleaner and a Thai cleaner that came past while we were there. The only British member of staff that I saw was the nurse who took the blood. So you got these people saying, oh, well, we need to stop immigration, get rid of immigrants, and not believing that the NHS relies on them. And yet the majority of the patients were white British, and the majority of the staff were first or second generation immigrants, either from Europe or South Asia. It just goes to show the kind of impact that kind of xenophobic policy would have. I mean, it is a nuanced issue, but still, I want our country to have good healthcare, and I want us to provide opportunities and a better life for other people. And it's not something we can make up from our own numbers. And from what I saw, the strain on the health system is not coming from the immigrants. It's coming from our ageing native population. But the NHS, it's an institution that it's absolutely worth fighting for. And if it came to it, I think I'd be on the barricades to protect it. Anyway, I'll let you know how I get on with the new meds. I'll try and keep the videos going because they're kind of therapeutic for me. But obviously this is going to impact what I do and how much I can do moving forward, depending how the meds work and the symptoms and how everything else goes on. But yeah, we'll see. Take care, everyone. Zang. Postmortem Studios is my personal imprint where I create role-playing games, stories, card games, board games, and more. You can get them at RPG Now, DriveThruRPG, Lulu.com, and some on Amazon. Role-playing games to die for.
Your habits, your facts, true size. Your ears